for a really fun inside look on how to draw. And now we want to join in with us, the man of the hour, or the man of the meower, Wolverine. Go ahead.
What's going on, bub? Hold on, I got this ready. What? Don't mess with me, bub.
There you go.
Okay, you know what? This is silly. I'm gonna take off my mask. I'm looking at this silly comic book jacket. I'm gonna put on something better. There. Is that more appropriate?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Looking good.
Yeah, well, we've, I can't pay the royalties for like the Monster Mash, or I'd have that playing. But we are going to have the Max Meow-O-Ween Halloween Comics Party, and just to share with everybody, I'm John Gallagher. As if you don't know, I have a new book out called Max Meow Cat Crusader, and that's the story of a podcasting cat, Max, who, with his friend Mindy, who's a super scientist, they hang out together to protect the town of Kittyopolis. And I'm just going to start, since we're a few minutes early, I'm going to just draw Max, and anybody who wants to grab a pencil and a paper, you can do that, and then we're going to get into the Halloween portion in just a couple minutes. But I'm going to show you something called the salt shaker method. This is how you can create really fun cartoony characters. And like J. Robert Deans has a style, Masako Rocks has a style. It's been really fun to see all the different ways that people draw their characters. So I'm going to start off with the simple oval shape and this sort of lumpy squashed rectangle shape. And that is a salt shaker. Now, if you want to draw comics or anything, you just need to practice drawing the versions of these three shapes. The first shape is a circle. The next shape is a square. What do you think the third shape is?
Triangle.
That's right. Triangle. Exact. Very good, Mr. Mariano. That's pretty good. So these three shapes, and then as you practice, you'll get better at this. Maybe you turn this into more of an oval, or a ball. Maybe this becomes a cube. And maybe this triangle becomes a pyramid, or an upside down, or an ice cream cone, I guess, a very square ice cream cone. So we're going to use some of these shapes and variations on it, also just drawing straight and curved lines. That can be really important too. So I know my buddies Mark and Chris Mariano are here as well, and you guys are welcome to join in if you want, or you can just be watching with me, just as long as it's focused on my art here. Let's see. Oh, that's good. That's good. Can you make me really big and you guys tiny? Because that'll make me feel superior. What?
I can figure this out. Boom.
How did you do that? That's awesome. Okay. So if you guys have any questions while I'm drawing this, and then if you see any comments from anybody, let me know.
Just gonna say, let's ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching at home, we are live right now. John's gonna be drawing some Max Meow art. He's teaching a little bit how we all draw based on shapes. So if you have any questions, please just comment away. I'll feed them out to John, and we'll see. We'll get you involved, and you'll be able to ask questions with the artists here today at Kids Love Comics. Go ahead, John.
Right. And if you're wondering, do I dress like this around the house? Yes, I do.
Yes,
yes, you do. Look, this is why I call my salt shaker method. And it's not because I draw with a salt shaker, although I did have someone say it looked like I drew with a chocolate bar one time. I am going to draw, I'm taking this oval shape, I'm taking this lumpy shape, and you can create a lot of different characters with this. You could turn this into Garfield, you could do a version of Mickey Mouse, but I'm going to make Max Meow. And the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to add two triangles on the sides here. We've got our two triangles on the sides, and then I'm going to kind of, so you notice I used blue crayon there. You might use lighter pencil. Don't push down too hard, and use blue pen. I'm using blue crayon, but you're using a lighter pencil, and then I go in with a marker to ink it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's starting to look like the shape of Max Meow. And then it's as simple as just drawing a line across the middle of that oval. And I'm not trying to draw the lines perfectly. Then an upside down triangle. And then now I'm going to take that oval or that round shape and sort of squeeze it, but make it kind of small. See, it could just be a line, but I like to make it a little more round and fill it in maybe a little bit. If you ever look at Calvin and Hobbes, that's kind of how the eyes are. I always loved how Bill Watterson did that. And Max has a C on his head for Cat Crusader because he is a hero of the city. And then for the mouth, I'm going to go back to my pencils. I draw like a half circle, except I like to give him one tooth because he's got to have at least one tooth if he's a cat. I think he has more teeth, but I just draw that one tooth, and then I kind of fill that in.
John, it really is amazing how you're just using simple shapes, but you're creating an amazing character right in front of us. I think that's what's amazing about art.
Oh, yeah, I agree. And, you look at some artists, they broke everything down to simple shapes, like Charles Schultz with Peanuts, and all sorts of different things. If you really look at it, you can see it's broken down. And then just, 2 lines on the sides for the whiskers. And now for the cape, this is probably the most complex thing about Max Meow, but if you think about it in shapes, it's easy. I'm going to just draw a little circle, because Max wears a cape, but it's kind of like if you took a bath towel and wrapped it up, if you ever did that at the pool when you were a kid, and then I add this kind of like leaf shape, and now it's the fun part of the cape. That's where I do a swoop, and you just sort of do this line, swoop.
Whoa.
And
Swooping it well.
Okay, everybody, let's do it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Swoop. Swoop.
You gotta swoop, baby.
Yeah, you gotta swoop. So now we're going to work on this part of Max's body, and this is going to be part of his t-shirt. Now think about a square or a rectangle. We're just going to do 3 lines from a rectangle for his arm, for his shirt arm, and 3 lines. And now it's time to connect it. I ink in our salt shaker. And if you ever looked at macaroni noodles, like macaroni and cheese, hey, Jamar, I'm glad you could join the fun.
Hey, John.
We've got the whole Kids Love Comics crew here today.
Hey!
Jamar, I'm just showing them how to draw Max Meow before we really kick into our Max Meow-O-Ween Halloween party. We're going to be talking about how to draw monsters. And we're going to talk about some cool new graphic novels that are spooky. Also, Chris has some cool retro Halloween images he wants to share with us, which I'm really excited about. So now getting back to Max, this is where we're just going to draw...
I'm excited by the content.
a macaroni noodle arm, just curvy. And, I think a lot of people draw clouds like this, just make them kind of puffy. And why is that important? Because that's what we're going to do for Max's hands here. We're just going to give him puffy clouds for hands, because that's his paws. Now, sometimes I draw him with 3 fingers and a thumb, but right now we're going to do it that way. Okay, and then a lot of superheroes always have something on their chest. Mark, what does Spider-Man have on his chest?
A spider.
Chris, what does Superman have on his chest?
An S.
Okay. Jamar, what does Leon, Protector of the Playground, have on his chest?
Suspenders.
Suspenders, exactly. That's my point. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to have a logo. But think about that, Jamar. Okay, anyway, I'm going to give Max a lightning bolt. And basically, that's just doing some zigzaggy lines and having them connect. This is actually something you may have to practice more than anything, is the zigzaggy lines to create a lightning bolt. And you can connect it at the top. And this ties in with the very first comic that I ever read. Now, I love cartoons and comics, but my mom took me to the grocery store one day and bought me this big, it's called a treasury size. It's bigger than a regular comic, and it was for Shazam. which was the original Captain Marvel, but most people know it from the movie Shazam now. And I was just mesmerized and wanted to draw my own comics. So that's kind of a tribute to Shazam. And now it's time for the shorts. Again, I'm just going to draw some squares here and connect it and then fill that in. Unlike a lot of superheroes, Max doesn't wear his underwear on the outside, which is good. I think there's a lot less of that. Wouldn't you agree? And so finally, we're just going to do 2 simple lines for each of the legs. And then this is the part where I always add a ovals for the feet. But I think of them more like baked potatoes. And because they're kind of squashed. And then I had 3 lines for the paws. Okay, so let me ask you guys. Am I done? Have I finished? What is there anything missing?
You're missing, John. You're missing something, John.
Well, I don't think so. I've drawn ears, I've drawn a C, mouth, lightning bolt, hands. What could it be?
I think you are missing something.
It's usually at the end.
You mean his glasses or my song?
Your song first.
Okay. What am I missing? It's at the end. I don't know. Does anybody on our comments page, do they know what's missing for Max Meow?
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if the Walenta boys from California know, but Max has a cattail.
Ah!
There we go.
Yeah, and he's got an orange tail, and then I always draw these zigzags. I'm sure Makana and his brother would have gotten that really, really quick. The Walentas, Adam Walenta is a guest at our show a lot, and he does an awesome graphic novel called Punk Taco. And we can't wait till Baltimore Comic-Con is live in person next year to have you there, Adam. Okay, so I've drawn Max Meow. That's a good starter for everybody. It's time for the Meow-O-Ween party to really kick in now.
Oh!
So everybody start yelling! Yay! It's our
What's this?
Bringing the Halloween to it, like a woo.
If we're having a Halloween party, I think we need Halloween music.
Yes, definitely.
Now, there's, Christmas songs, Thanksgiving songs? I don't know. But are you familiar with any Halloween songs other than the Monster Mash? Because everybody knows the Monster Mash is like the Halloween anthem.
Right.
How about, Chris, This Is Halloween from Nightmare Before Christmas?
Now that's good. That's good. But are you ready to take a time machine? A time machine back
Yes.
to 1952.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to watch this quick video for a Halloween song from 1952 called Punky Pumpkin.
All right.
You made that up.
No, this is definitely something that exists. It's Punky Pumpkin. And we're going to take a look at this in just a little bit. And you guys have to tell me what you think of this. This was a song from 1952 that was somewhat of a hit. It wasn't the biggest of hits, but it made people in the pumpkin spirit.
In the pumpkin community?
In the pumpkin community.
Punky Pumpkin, the happy pumpkin, happy all the day. And his great big smile will scare your cares away. Punky Pumpkin, the happy pumpkin, never wears a frown. You can see that he's cut out to be a clown. The candlelight inside him makes his eyes light up and gleam. They shine right through the window at you for a hop, hop, hop. happy Halloween. Punky Pumpkin's a happy pumpkin. And do you know why? 'Cause he's a jack-o'-lantern instead of being a pumpkin pie. Yes, he's a jack-o'-lantern instead of being a pumpkin pie.
Breakdown.
Punky Pumpkin, the
Well, Fran and Ollie.
pumpkin grinning happily. You can count his teeth 'cause he has only 3. Punky Pumpkin, the winking pumpkin, blinks his eye at you.
What happened to Punky Pumpkin?
I think I've been ensorcelled.
Uh-oh. I guess that's it for Punky Pumpkin.
Maybe this is the part where it breaks and then goes into like an acoustic interlude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, that's good.
Well, that was Punky Pumpkin.
Needs more dubstep.
Did you lyrics for Pumpkin was happy that it's a pumpkin, a jack-o'-lantern, and not a pumpkin pie.
I understand. I feel his pain.
I think we all been there.
Yeah.
Part of our party, we had our little dance.
Uh-huh.
So now what do we do next, John?
Well, I have a question for you guys. I thought we all agreed we were going to wear pumpkin jackets.
Hmm.
Yep.
Mar, where's your pumpkin jacket?
That's in the cleaners.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Okay. Well,
I got my robot shirt on, if that's any help.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. What kind of shirt do you have on?
Who's going to have that song trapped in their head the rest of the day?
Punky pumpkin.
Punky Pumpkin.
Okay. So if you're just joining us, this is the Max Meow-O-Ween Halloween party. It's a self-serving titled thing because I've got a new book out called Max Meow that we just drew. But we're all going to work together to create a monster.
Wow, this is going to be fun.
I think so. But guys, do you have any Halloween books, whether they were graphic novels or comics, that you enjoyed as kids?
Wow, that's a good question.
As kids.
Or now?
Yeah, I was going to say one that came out recently would be Edison Beaker, Creature Seeker by our good pal Frank Camuso. I really enjoyed this book, and I know there's a second one out as well. So this was a really fun read, and I thought it was spooky and just enough fun for everybody. That's one that I simply adored.
Oh, I think that's great.
Yeah.
That is a good book.
Hold on. One that a lot of kids might know is Ghosts by Raina Telgemeier. And I don't know if that's a spooky book. I think to some people it might be. But it deals with ghosts and Dias de los Muertos, if I'm pronouncing that right, which is the Day of the Dead, which in some cultures is celebrated. And you guys know there's actually a couple new books that have just come out. There's one that's out right now by Sophie Escabase called The Witches of Brooklyn.
Oh, wow.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn can be spooky enough as it is.
I have one.
Yeah?
Yeah. I am going to show our good buddy Mike Manley's Action Planet Halloween special.
Oh,
Wow,
cool.
that's a really cool cover.
Monster Man. Hold on. You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Wow! The old mask?
Yeah. I didn't cut mine out, though.
That's a smart. I like when books do that. Something clever
Awesome.
that gives you something, and that says giant size right on the cover.
Love it.
Bigger than my head. You all know how big my head is.
From the comments, we have our pal J. Robert Dean says, not sure if this counts as Halloween, but Monster at the end of this book is still a favorite. I actually just read this one the other night to my son Gavin. So yes, still awesome book. That's
And it's hosted by Grover. I don't want to give away who the monster at the end of the book is, but
Don't tell. Don't tell.
there's an updated version too. I think there's one version with Elmo. Is that right?
I think so, and I think there's they might be doing a special on it too. I don't know if it's going to be animated or if it's just people reading the book. I'm not sure, but That is a classic story. It's a classic one.
Well, witches are always cool. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the cartoon on Netflix. Hilda has some spooky things that happen and magical creatures. And then kind of related to Hilda is another book called Aster and the Accidental Magic. And that's
that's good.
Like Hilda might like Aster, which is out from who is it? Oh, Random House Graphic.
Ah, all right.
Random House.
How random, huh?
How random is that house?
Not very random. I'm sorry, I interrupted. Did you have another book, or?
I had another one. You have Ghostopolis by Doug TenNapel is awesome. That's a great book. A lot of his stuff from Scholastic were just really fun. And this is another one that's just spooky enough. It's just another fun read. And then one I thought Chris would really admire, you guys would probably like it too, was Seekers of the Weird.
Ooh.
And this was based on design work for the original haunted house in Disney World. So or Disneyland, when they were building the haunted house, it was based on different design elements that weren't included in the haunted house, but they used it in making this graphic novel. So it was a cool one.
Hey guys, our buddy J. Robert Deans, also known as the notorious JRD in some circles, says, not sure if it counts as Halloween, but Monster at the End of the Book is still a favorite. Wait, didn't we already talk about that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but my cereal's kicking in from this morning.
Wait, are we?
I think Jamar's still in the time machine coming back from Punky Pumpkin.
Oh no, you had to say it. Better. What is it? Better to be a pumpkin than a pie?
Yeah. I'm gonna tattoo that on my stomach.
And I have two more. The Montague twins.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
Oh wow, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it almost looks like if the Hardy Boys was spooky. It kind of makes me want there to be a Hardy Boys. I guess that's called Supernatural, isn't it?
Yes.
And then another one called Witchlight. And this one I don't know much about, but
cool.
That's by Jesse Zabarski. So I just wanted to share a bunch of those. And here's a really spooky one. Happy Lou. Look at these characters.
I got a book that sometimes it's not really a Halloween book, but it could be scary. When this happens, it could scare people. It's a book called The Gas That We Pass. Because sometimes that can throw people off and they get scared. So that's one book. And then another one, again, not Halloween really related, but some of the artwork is Halloween related, which would be Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, that is cool.
Very nice.
Which is just a fiction of just like the first couple series of the comic, of the cards.
Wait, I've got an extra. I see a comment by our friend J. Robert Deans.
He says, hey, a really good book is The Monster at the End of This Book. Have we heard of that?
Oh, nice.
I've never heard of that before.
Is that? I think that's more of like a local author thing. I don't know that one.
I never heard of that. That's interesting.
I think we're in a time loop.
I do. Next, we're going to hear a song about Punky Pumpkin, right?
All right. So right now, we're going to go back to 1953.
Yeah. Real quick, I want to say hi to our friends, Little Kids, Big Kids, and the Great Legend Show. Jamar Nicholas. Oh, wait, that's you. And our friends at Word Balloon saying yo, Jamar. And our good friend, J. Robert Deans. No, I'm not going to do that.
Our pal Greg Spiegel's tuning in, and he says Werewolf Bar Mitzvah.
Okay, that's our first suggestion.
It's our first thing we should draw. Yeah.
Well, you know what? This first monster that I'm going to draw, and you guys are welcome to draw along, is going to be a mashup monster. Let's do a mashup monster. So let's write down some ideas. So I heard werewolf.
Let's get some comments going. What are some favorite monsters that everybody likes? Someone's going to say Grover at this point. What are some favorite monsters everyone wants to see us draw or combine? Just drop it in the in the comments, and we'll post it here for you. So werewolf is a good one. I was trying to think of them. Jamar, you might know this one. I don't know what he actually is. Maybe Chris knows. We're big wrestling fans, and there's always a seasonal pay-per-view with Halloween Havoc.
Yes.
And they always had this ghoulish-looking guy. Would that just be a ghoul? Or what would
I think it was the WCW ghoul, right?
All right.
That's what
I'm going with.
Okay.
No, but we want a ghoulish wrestler.
How about the I'm not going to name it, right? Because John's just going to draw something, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to play anything specific because then we can vote on it.
Oh,
Okay.
You know what? I really
mentions monster truck.
Ooh. Well, I'm just going to put truck.
Right.
Maybe I'll put monsters. And our good friend Greg Schiegel, he's good at drawing monsters. Like he used to draw this spongy square. I can't remember. He wore shorts or something. And then he's got a great. What is the new creature from the Black Lagoon? I did this video. Greg Schiegel, what is the name of your wrestling monster book that you've been developing? If you can share that with us, maybe it's top secret. But
Paws. PAWS.
PAWS. Okay, cool. So Werewolf Ghoul, we can have a vampire. Someone just wrote an octopus. Oh, I got it. Okay, so now let's add some weird things that we wouldn't expect to add to a monster. Is like a profession. Okay, we did get wrestler. A profession and maybe a sport they like to play. Because, monsters can't always be scaring people.
What about Highlight?
Highlight. Zamboni driver.
Oh,
Is that a sport or an occupation?
that's like instead of a monster truck, it's a monster Zamboni.
Oh, wow. Now we're talking. A monster Zamboni. A
Zamboni.
tennis player.
Tennis player.
Zamboni.
In the audience. Anyone else tuning in, if you're watching this, please comment. It's as easy as telling us your favorite sport, telling us your favorite profession or profession you never want to do. So just comment. One word is all you need. It's just throw in a comment and we'll add it to the board here.
Professional nose picker.
There you go. Greg Schiegel adds in two of his favorite pastimes, skateboarding and chef.
Has he ever done that at the same time?
I don't know. I don't know if he's a skateboarder, but he does make very good cookies.
He's a cookie master.
And he can cut a donut into 8 equal pieces.
He can cut it into 16ths.
That's right. Well, and he has actually, I've seen him make hamburgers. They're all perfectly circular. And I believe, I may be wrong, but I believe that when he's at home, he uses a special scale to weigh them to make sure they're all equal.
They all, yep. Equal.
But a lot of people don't know this. Greg Schiegel actually came from a family of 27 children, so it had to all be evenly cut. And cutting a donut in 27 parts is really okay.
It's an essence of the donut, not actually a piece of it.
Okay, so let's vote. Oh, we hold on. We had creature from the Black Lagoon. Okay, if we were going to combine this, what would we do? You know what? I think we need some more inspiration. Chris,
Yes.
do you know where we could take a look at any pictures, Halloween pictures that might inspire us?
I think I do. So in the vintage Halloween world, there were some really, really interesting things that they had. The ads were very interesting. They just had a lot of different stuff going on. So let's take a look at some vintage ads from the Halloween world. Look at this one here for Crayola. Now, what's interesting about this is that they have the pumpkins, the witches. I like the art design on this one, too. Halloween party tricks. That's a lot of fun because it's showing you how to come up with the different the different jack-o'-lanterns. Now, John, this one might help you. Have a safe Halloween from the Munsters. Look at that. A&W.
Nice product placement.
Right?
Tires are like darn.
Yeah, what's up with that cat? That's wild.
Now that I love. Look at the artwork on this is great. Now they want you to cut these out and then you attach it to string so you can make a Halloween decoration.
Oh, a mobile.
A mobile. Now this next one is very cool. It's an ad for Woolworth.
The 5 and dime, nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's really cool.
And the costumes cost $1.98.
$1.98.
There's Greg Schiegel's family.
Now look at these old vintage ones. Now this one, there's a person that looks just like a dog in the middle there.
Can you biggerize that one, Chris? Can you go back? Can you cast a biggerizing spell?
Oh, there you go.
Look at that. Wow.
That's crazy, right?
It's the best.
Okay, let's see. Here's another one now.
The perfect gum.
It's the perfect gum.
Bewitching mint leaf flavor.
No, I love this one. The different rubber masks and everything.
Funny giant feet.
You can be Santa Claus for Halloween.
Yeah, how's that for a concept? I love it.
Yeah. Now this one I just thought was interesting because they have this like 7 mint fluffy frosting. I don't know how that's going to taste. Halloween costumes.
Yo.
Do you remember these old school costumes with just like the face and the cape?
Yeah.
Well, I remember the ones with the whole body and it would say Batman across it, and that infuriated me. Like, Batman doesn't need his name written across.
Yeah, no, that's
Witch.
true.
Why does witch need the word witch? Okay, anyway, I digress.
That's perfect.
And then, like right here, these are great.
Is he Planet of the Apes?
Yeah.
Is he the whole planet or just?
I love this one here, HR Puffin stuff.
Yeah. Wow.
Casper, and it's just a generic lion.
Generic lion.
Ooh,
now that's scary.
A witch with 2 mouths.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay.
Yo, squad goals.
Who would pick which costume out of this? There's so many good ones.
I like is that Witchy Poo in the back with the trash bag?
I think so. No,
trash bag. Oh, that reminds me that my wife, when she was a kid, her parents dressed her up with a an elf costume, but it was just a green trash bag. Was part of the costume. She still has like flashbacks from that. So much like this witch probably has.
Oh wait, so there's 2. Wait, go back to that, Chris. This is interesting. There's 2 He-Men. He-Men's.
Who's the one in front? What's the character next to Garfield in front of the other He-Man?
That's Skeletor, isn't it?
I think that's Skeletor.
Yeah,
but it's green.
Oh,
yeah.
It could just be off. I mean, it's an old picture.
And is that a
that's a honker.
What Muppet is that?
That's a honker, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a honker.
That's definitely a honker.
From Fraggle Rock?
From
Sesame Street.
Sesame Street.
Oh.
And I
love how they have the mask, but then they have the picture of the mask on the honker.
Right. Same as that man. Right. Garfield.
That's so funny.
Well, you know what? Maybe they did that because when you would go trick or treating, and when the people open the door and they go, "Who are you supposed to be?"
Yeah.
You just point to your chest like a Batman.
Right.
I'm Batman.
Well, we don't have time
Across
for
me.
That's right. Garfield, give me some candy.
Well, I don't know if this. When you just said that, there were times where I did not want to use my voice when I trick or treated because I was the kid that had 2. Like, for some reason, in my hometown, we had Halloween on 2 nights. I don't know if this is a Pennsylvania thing.
That's so Pennsylvania.
Rural Pennsylvania. And but I would wear 2 costumes a night, so I get 4 times the candy.
Right, let me ask you guys this, and be honest. When you were older, did you still go trick or treating and just put a mask on and try and change your voice. When you ring the doorbell, you're like you're walking up and you're using your voice, and then when you ring the doorbell, trick or treat, and you had a different mask on, and so they don't see your face. Did you try that?
No, I think that was just you, Chris.
I'm getting a call, guys. I'll be right back.
No, yeah, and I noticed that like there's this age because I have 3 kids, and my 2 oldest went through periods where they didn't dress up, and now that they're in high school and college, they're completely fine with dressing up. I guess that's that's what cosplay is Halloween all year long.
Yeah.
And as I said on Facebook the other day, I want to be decorating my Christmas tree while eating turkey, wearing my Halloween costume. Like, I think we should come up with a holiday since with coronavirus we have not being able to celebrate the way we should just jam it all into the same thing.
So it's like a turducken holiday. Like you just put everything in one place.
Yes. I think somebody threw me out. Thanks Yule's Giving or thank Hello Yule's Giving. I can't remember. So anyway, I'm gonna start drawing this monster. Okay, so
I got it. Got it, John. I got it. You ready?
Yeah. But
let me see your board again.
Yeah.
You are going to do a vampire nose picker.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Nose.
All right. How about me, Jamar? I'll take a challenge.
All right, and Mark, you're going to do a. Hold on, let's see John's screen so I can.
Jamar, I think you got to put the Zamboni in there somehow.
Zamboni. Wait, Zamboni. Zamboni monster truck. There you go.
Oh,
that's easy.
And while these guys are drawing, and I'll hang out with my best bud Chris. And Chris, you want to talk about your business jacket?
Business.
Business.
So this jacket has been to every single convention that we've done in the past 12 years. What's so funny about this jacket is people recognize me just from the jacket. They don't know my name.
No.
They'll call me Blue Jacket. And one time I remember doing a convention, and this was such a touching moment too. I'm standing there in the aisle with the kids comic sign over my head that you always see me with, and a mom walks by and she grabs me by my arm and she goes, "You're here. You and your friends are here at this convention?" And I go, "Yeah." And she goes, "My kids love all of your workshops that you and all your fellow artists do." And for the whole week, the kids kept saying, "Is the Blue Jacket guys going to be there? Are the Blue Jacket guys going to be there?" Because they kept talking about the Blue Jacket. And then when the mom saw me, she got so excited and she showed the kids, and the kids like, "He's here. They're all here."
Wow.
And they always ask, like, what artists are here and who's going to do what. And it's such a great feeling knowing that people recognize the jacket. They recognize the Kids Love Comic community. And they recognize like how much fun the workshops are, especially at Baltimore Comic Con.
Yeah.
Because at Baltimore Comic Con, like, that's where the crowd really gets into it. Mm-hmm. And so it's been a lot of fun. But yeah, this is the business jacket. That's been everywhere.
And I love it. That's almost like your super costume, Chris, because when you put on the jacket, your whole personality changes. And you get into the Kids Love Comics.
It switches on. It
right.
goes.
Yeah. See?
And you've seen the switch. You've seen the switch behind the booth, behind the scenes.
I have witnessed it with my own eyes. It's amazing.
So, Jamar, why don't we check in on what John is doing right now? So you gave him a challenge of what?
Vampire nose picker.
Oh, so now he's a vampire nose picker with the tennis racket.
On a skateboard.
On a skateboard. Now, if you were to name him, Jamar, what would you name him?
Nose Ferratu.
Now, shall we check in with Mark?
That's why I get paid the big bucks.
So now, Jamar, what was Mark's challenge?
Mark's challenge was Zamboni Monster Truck.
Wow. Now look how that's coming out. That's great.
Examine it.
He's salmon.
Examine.
He's salmon. That's gonna be it. Can you put that on a thing? I'll do it.
Examine it.
Salmon.
That sounds like a banner waiting to happen.
It's coming. Hold on.
Okay, so while Mark's finishing that up, guys, what did you all talk about? What projects you're working on now or have worked on with your books? Like Jamar, what's the news with you, dude?
What you want to know?
Tell us your big news for those who know Kids Love Comics but don't know what's going on with Leon.
Oh yeah. All right. Sure. So over the summer, my summer project was that I got a book publishing deal. So there's going to be further adventures of Leon being published by Scholastic Graphics. So I'm very excited to start this new chapter. See what I did? My career along the likes of our good friends Raina and Kazoo and Jeff Smith and Dave Pilkey. I'm very excited. So that's my big news. More to come.
We're all excited for you, man. That's amazing.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That's good. How about you, Chris?
So I've been working on an idea of putting a book together of stories from my pop culture website called wonderweird.net. And what Wonderweird is, it's an exploration of pop culture odysseys and artifacts. So I'm thinking of putting together a short book of the more interesting stories of pop culture oddities. So I'm looking to have that for the next convention season, whenever that's going to be.
Now, what's an example of one of the objects or things that Wonder Weird?
So on Wonder... let's see. That's a good question. So one story that we have is like different things that happen. So one thing is like the history of lava lamps, which I think is very interesting because we all have them, but like, why were they made? Like, what's the whole reason behind having a lava lamp? Or also the history of Shrinky Dinks and how Shrinky Dinks just started off by two moms wanted to do an arts and crafts idea to keep their kids calm when they had them all over for the Boy Scouts. And then the Boy Scouts parents loved this idea. So then they had a little cart in their local mall and sold out within a month. And then that was the start of Shrinky Dinks. So it's going to be a lot of like back history of interesting stuff that's happened.
Great. Cool. And how about you, Mark? As we look at your fantastic monster truck, Gazambasaurus.
There he is. Yeah, driving he's zamming.
He's zamming.
Cleaning that ice. Oh, he's also a chef. He got a chef hat on.
Salmon.
Examine it. First, when he looks at the ice, he has to examine it, and then he zams it.
Nice.
Right. Well, being home with the family, we worked on some books together, and one of the books that we did together was called Far Out Firehouse. And this book came to be from just playing with my 5-year-old son. I mean, a lot of these ideas started when he was 4, and it was just fun. It was a fun project for me, to take an idea that sprung from my son's imagination and playing with, him playing with my wife and I, and just grouping a bunch of these different stories that he was telling, and I put it into one story. And so that was a fun little exercise that I did, and it was good. I used Procreate. I used the iPad Pro to do all the artwork on this. So it was a nice challenge.
Wow,
that was a fun one.
It's fantastic.
Thank you. Yes, and yes, that's available at marianobros.com.
Very cool. And everybody, for those who are about to log off with Kids Love Comics, what do we have going on for tomorrow? I know that I'm interviewing Judd Winnick tomorrow. What other interviews or activities do we have, people?
Well, I can say that I I think I'm wrapping up tomorrow, right? I'm the last man standing.
Yes.
Close it. You know how I do it on Sunday. I am going to be interviewing our good buddy Jerry Kraft, author of New Kid and Class Act. And then I'm going to be doing my Imagination Aquarium World Famous Workshop.
Nice. Now, Mark, you're starting it, right?
Well, at 11 we have a magnetic press. They'll be doing a panel on all their kids' books that they have going on. For when I come on, I suggest you guys get your supplies ready now, so you're all set for tomorrow. Get together some colored paper, some glue, scissors, crayons, markers, and pencils. And if you have paper bags, grab a few of those as well, because tomorrow we're going to have some crafting that we're doing throughout the day. I'll also have joining me is John Green that does the investigators. So we're going to do some drawing some cool vests for the investigators. And Jill Thompson.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Jill Thompson will be doing a reading from her book, Scary Godmother, and Karen Belefsky will be joining me for some really cool creative craft challenges. So it's going to be fun.
And then coming up at 2 o'clock, I have Dawn Griffin. She's going to teach us how to draw aliens. I have Mr. Chris Flick, who's going to teach us how to draw werewolves. And I am going to teach you how to make paper bag puppets. So this is all going to happen at the 2 o'clock hour. And like Mark said, make sure you have your art supplies ready.
Yo, this is must-see TV.
That's right. That's right.
Great. Well, does anyone have anything they need to add before we close off for the day?
Well, let's just say some really nice things, guys. This was a great morning. We found a lot of love early in the morning with the cardboard carnival cavalcade. That was great. Watching you guys draw and eat cereal was amazing. A lot of people really chimed in, and people really kind of got it together after that, and we really started rolling. And I think we just had a solid block. I'm very proud of all of you, and I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, I agree. I think this was a good first day, and let's keep it going tomorrow.
Yeah, we want to thank everyone at Baltimore Comic Con for having us out here. Mark and the crew, thanks for having us, and all the guys at the Mainframe. You guys helped out with putting everything together. So it's been a fun time.
Yeah, thank you so much. And cool. John, you did a great job controlling the boards during Jeff and Charlie's talk.
Thanks to Jeff Kinney and Charlie Kochman from Abrams for doing their talk and talking about the Wimpy Kid books and the Awesome Friendly Kid books. And also, I love that you brought Jeff into the cereal talk. And he had some real insight into his love for Just Berries.
Yes, that was awesome. Very cool.
and thanks to all the other guests and people who hung out with us early and rode along with this ride. So we're very excited to be back tomorrow. Thank you so much. There's a lot more programming to see. So stay tuned. And I'll let you guys take it away.
Oh, but Jamar, aren't you going to be doing something in just a few minutes? Or starting up a little later?
A few hours.
Okay. Yeah, over on the non-kid side.
Yeah, I am very proud to announce that I am going to be one of the presenters at the 2020 Ringo Awards later this evening. So Mainframe has a lot of channels already queued up. So just tune in to the Ringo Preview channel, and also there's a Ringo Awards channel, or maybe they're the same thing. We're really excited to have our family back together and to give out some awards. So I'm always happy to be a part of the show.
Nice.
Cool. Do you need me to drive over and give you my jacket?
Oh, yeah, I really need that jacket.
I'll be ready.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Enjoy the cavalcade. I'm going to say that one more time. Of content we have. Cavalcade from Baltimore Comic Con Live. And remember, tell your friends, share and share alike. Thanks, you guys. Have a good afternoon.
See you tomorrow.